So now I'm just waiting at one of my favorite Mexican restaurants in town, Cactus Cantina. I get their gringo tacos, and it's like chicken, chorizo, pineapples, and then they have these things called cactus grits. So I get cactus grits and rice, and it's really, really good. And so like the way I eat it is I'll put a little bit of the cactus grits and rice inside the taco, and then like I also still eat a little bit with my fork, but it's so good. So like I make my tacos like massive, and it comes with 3 tacos, and then you also get chips and salsa. That's complimentary, which is like standard for Mexican restaurants. And so like I'll put Cholula, which is, if someone has never had Cholula, it's amazing, amazing hot sauce. It's like hot but sweet at the same time, sort of, and savory. But I was kind of craving some cupcakes, and there's this place in town called Small Cakes. And it kind of pissed me off though, because their machine wasn't working right. Like the chip reader wasn't working, which I don't care, but so I had to slide my card. And then it, like, my debit card wasn't working, and I'm like, I know my card is good, and it made me look like I didn't have any money. There's like people like behind me like wanting to pay, and I was like, my card is good, dude. But they said like it was messing up on some debit card, so I had to use my credit card. I just hate it when that happens, because it makes it look like you're trying to like buy cupcakes when you don't have any money. The one on the right with the sprinkles is their birthday cake cupcake, and it's vanilla with vanilla buttercream and a shit ton of sprinkles. And then the one on the left is their pink chocolate, which is chocolate cake and pink buttercream frosting. Oh my god, I almost dropped my phone and hit myself in the face with it. Also, today is a good day because it is really cloudy, and I love cloudy days. There's only a 20% chance of rain, but it's been really cloudy all day and really, really windy. I wore my hair down. I try to like wear my hair down sometimes because I feel like I wear it up too much. And so I went to Target before I went and got cupcakes. And I was getting out of my car, and it was like, and I'm like, I can't. So I had to put my hair up because I cannot stand my hair being like all up in my face. And then like when you have lip gloss on, it gets stuck in your lip gloss, and then it gets stuck to your face, and then you've got like this situation with like lip gloss just all across your face, and it's really gross. At good old Fresh Market, picked up a chocolate bar, which I'm really excited about. Fresh Market off in the distance. And I picked up this guy, Rat Chow, and it's made in Oregon. Let me see, like I think is it Portland? Yeah. Moonstruck Chocolate Company, Portland, Oregon. But yeah, so I'm gonna go pick up my pizza from Papa John's. It's probably already ready. I got a small hand-tossed pizza. Okay, yeah, I got pepperoni, pineapple. I wanted garlic, but they don't have garlic as a topping. They have like garlic sauce, which I've never tried in my life, but I love garlic. And now at 30 years old, I'm gonna try their garlic sauce that comes with it for the first time in my life. Because it just looked like grease before, but I'm sure it's probably really good. My sister used to eat the shit out of that garlic sauce. So I'm going to try some of that. And then I got oh yeah, I didn't finish with the toppings for my pizza. I got pepperoni, pineapple, and light pickled jalapenos. So that should be good. And then I can't go to Papa John's without... Sorry, I had something like... I use my whitening rinse. Can't talk. My whitening rinse. And you know what happens when you use the whitening rinse? You get like loose skin in your mouth. Okay, but I can't go to Papa John's without getting the garlic parmesan breadsticks. I told them to be real generous with the like seasoning that goes on it. It's so good. As soon as I start, there's a freaking truck. Today did not start out well at all. My alarm goes off at 6. I push it to 6:30. Get up, still super groggy, because I didn't go to bed till like 11:30. And because like naturally I procrastinate and I don't do shit that I'm supposed to do, and I didn't even like look ahead to see what I had to do this week, because I just like I just don't care so much to the point that it hurts. Like I was like, oh shit, I think I have something due on Tuesday, and I realized it's at like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just like, ugh. So I kind of like look and see what it is, and it's like we have 3 case briefs that we have to do and have submitted by Tuesday. Part of a bigger project. We have to do the case briefs first, and then the memo, the legal memo, and then a trial brief, and then an oral argument, which I'm not looking forward to because... But I have class tonight, which I have a quiz, which I haven't done any reading on, but it's open book, so that's really good because I'm going to try and like, well, I can't leave like right after the quiz because then I'll get like deducted participation points. If we get a break, maybe I'll leave after the break, but then like, I just feel like that's super obvious. Whatever, I'm just going to do it. And it's just, you know, my motivation level is so low because, like I've already said, I started the program thinking I wanted to go to law school, but I now do not want to go to law school. I now just want to be like a little free spirit and just figure it out. No grad school of any kind. Like, I'll have a bachelor's degree. I can do something. Just like, have you ever seen that meme of like the little stuffed animal fox that looks like really, really tattered? I'm a tattered fox. I literally just want to crawl into the fetal position and watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Whenever I'm stressed out, I just want to go back and watch like 90s, well, I grew up in the 90s, like 90s TV shows or movies. Like whenever I just need some comfort, I just put those on and just sit there and like zone out. My good old macaroni grill. They have got really good Caesar salads, and I've got leftover Papa John's from yesterday, so I wanted to get a salad to go with it. This person has like a really cool kind of Day of the Dead looking decorative skull in their car. Wait, yeah, Macaroni Grill has got really good Caesar dressing, probably the best I've ever tasted. So I've got a large shrimp Caesar salad that I'm picking up for Danny and me to split, so just waiting for that to be done. And then while I'm waiting, I'm sitting here listening to my No Sleep podcast. It's a really, really good, like, fictional horror podcast. It originally was based off of the No Sleep Reddit. Now it's like award-winning, and they have their own writers that they pay. So it's really, really good. If you are interested in podcast, I would highly recommend it. It's very entertaining, and listen to it a lot while I work during the day. I also listen to like a lot of true crime podcasts. I listen to Insight, which is it's like these women that talk about true crime. One's Australian and one is American, and I guess they conduct the show over Skype with each other. And then I also listen to Generation Y, which is 2 guys who are based in Missouri, and they like were childhood friends and everything, and they're both like IT guys, I guess, like in their day jobs, or they might not have day jobs anymore. I think their podcast is pretty successful. So but they also talk about like true crime stuff, and I've been kind of trying to find other ones too, other podcasts. Those are the ones I regularly listen to. Okay, so I might be crazy, but I just got my salad from Macaroni Grill, And it was $14, and I will pay $14 for something that is worth $14. I got a large shrimp Caesar salad for me and Danny to split with our dinner. And I'm looking at it, and first of all, I mean, it's not huge. Like, I mean, on camera, it looks bigger, but it's, like, kind of thin. And then, like, on the inside of it, I asked them for extra croutons and Parmesan, and there's more in the to-go container, and that's fine. However, there's only 4 pieces of shrimp in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm sorry, but, like, if I'm going to pay $14 for something, like, could I not have gotten more than 4 pieces of shrimp? I mean, is that crazy? I just feel like this place, they just skimp on the toppings. Like, if you order a salad, they literally just give you lettuce. And then if you, like, I've gotten, their blue bib salad, I think is what it's called. And they just put, like, the tiniest little bit of cheese, a couple onions, and then it's just lettuce. And actually, one time, it was barely anything at all. Like, barely any lettuce, barely nothing. And I paid, like, $3 or $4 for that. I'm just like, a fucking ripoff. I mean, Macaroni Grill, for what it is pretty expensive. And I've had good experiences there. Like, my experiences vary. It's like, sometimes it's great. Depends on what you get. Because sometimes it's been absolutely horrible and it's just been shit. So it just pisses me off. And so, these birds are, like, having the time of their life. They're, like, inside that dude's truck. Literally inside of it. It's kind of weird. Like, as I was leaving, I was just like, can I get some more shrimp? I mean, would it be too much trouble? And then the chef, manager person comes out, and she's like, I understand you want an extra side of blah, blah. I was like, what? And then she's like, you want an extra side of shrimp? And I said, well, does it normally just come with 4? And then she's like, yeah. And I was just like, literally, like, I just speechless, because I'm just like, I'm never fucking getting this again. I'm gonna stop raging now and go home and eat my $14 salad with 2 pieces of shrimp. To go back to work. I'm on lunch as usual. And I went to my favorite coffee place, and their freaking coffee machine was being serviced. I was so sad. I had to go to Starbucks, which I don't know, Starbucks is really weak. Well, I'll go there just because I haven't been there in a while, and I'll kind of see. I got a venti this time because it's going to be a long day. I probably won't finish all of it, but... And I was getting ready to order an iMac off Apple's website. I've never had a Mac before. I've used them before, but I've never had one before. And, and then it like had something that said like to pick up, and then I remembered that Best Buy has them also. So I called Best Buy to see if they had them in stock, and they do. I've got to decide between a couple different models. Probably order whichever one I decide on tonight and then go pick it up tomorrow, because I can't go pick it up today because lunch is over and I have class tonight. And so, yeah. But on a great note, I got an email from my Wednesday night teacher telling the class that class is canceled. I'm so happy. My Monday night class canceled this week. My Wednesday night class canceled. Yes. I was up until 1:30 this morning working on the case brief, the 3 case briefs that were due in my legal advocacy class tonight. But surprisingly, I'm doing all right. Like, I'm not too exhausted. The reason why I'm getting a new computer is because my laptop, it's like 5 years old now, and it will not, I think this is a common problem for a lot of laptops, or just anything that plugs in general. The connection is getting bad with the battery, so, like, it won't keep a charge. Like, you have to, like, maneuver it to get it to charge, and so it's getting worse and worse. And I have a month left in school and a crap ton of writing still left to do, so I can't afford to have it just completely crap out on me. And I'm using the opportunity to get a computer that I really want. And I was deciding between, I'll keep checking the clock because I have to go in, because they make you clock in like right on the dot. Anyway, so I was trying to decide between a laptop and a desktop, and I haven't had a desktop in a really long time. And most stuff I just do on my phone, but like for writing and other things, I'd like to have a desktop. The screen is really huge, and So I think it would be good to kind of have a desktop after having a laptop for a really long time. So I can always get a laptop later on, but switching it up. So I'm hoping there's going to be major rain today. I feel like it hasn't rained in forever. Finally rained. This is like my idea of a really good day. I feel like it hasn't rained in a really long time. So I'm off work now, and I think I want Tin Cow, and I need to find out what Danny wants, because I texted him earlier today to ask if he wanted anything, but he's probably forgotten because he's dealing with car salesman, because Saturday we're going to go and return our leases, because our leases are up in May. And we're going to get a couple of cords. Like, we have this weird habit, like, it might be weird to some people, but we wind up doing this. Like, we usually wind up getting like 2 of the same car, because we wind up liking the same car, or like for budget reasons. Like, we got 2 Ford Fiestas, which are really little. I call them little eggs because they kind of look like eggs, and one of ours is white, so it literally looks like an egg. And so we got those just because they were cheap, and that's what we needed at the time. And before that, we had Accords that were slightly more expensive, and leases were coming due on those. So we sold those to Ford to get the Fiestas. So now we've had these for 3 years. The leases are going to be up in a couple months, or it's not quite May yet, or April yet, but we've basically got a month left in them, and you can turn them in. So we're going to go turn them in on Saturday, and then go get our Accords, which Danny is dealing with the car salesman, and like already filling out the credit apps and stuff, because like we really don't want to be there like all day, and you know how it is whenever you get new cars, you're there forever. So we want to do as much ahead of time as we can, because April's going to be a really busy month for the both of us with school. So they also, what Honda does, at least the Honda here, the Honda dealership here, they give incentives for people that have just gotten their degrees. So Danny and I are both getting our bachelor's in a month. So I think it's like $500 off of each car. So hell yeah. And I think I want to get a white and a black one. The black one is like black exterior, black interior. That one will probably be the main one that Danny drives, only because he doesn't like lighter interior. And he doesn't care about the color of cars, so he leaves it up to me. And I don't like silver. And I think that they had a gray one with a dark interior, but I've already had a gray car with a gray Honda Accord with a dark interior. So, I like white car. I like all different color cars, but anyways, I wanted to get a white and a black one. The problem with the white one, and as far as my husband is concerned, is the beige interior. He thinks it'll stain. I don't make stains. He is the messiest person I've ever met in my life. He would make stains, but that'll be my main car. And I'll drive the black one too, because like that one's like really pretty. Because I just never really liked these cars that we have now. Like, the transmission in them sucks. Like, they both have this defect where like whenever you accelerate, it like jerks. And we took one of them in to get it fixed because it was up there getting fixed from someone hitting me. And they're like, yeah, it's fixed. It wasn't fixed. And we've been so busy that I just don't have time to fuck around and constantly have my car up there trying to fix it. Love my new computer. It's amazing. Cheese fries. The 27-inch screen is huge. Watching Buffy. Let's do homework. I'm in my new car, and yesterday Danny and I went and got new cars. We got, it may seem weird, but we got 2 Accords, and one is black on black, which is the one that I'm in right now, and it feels so huge to me because we had 2 really small Fords before. And it's just so nice to be in a car where I feel like I can stretch out. Like, I just feel like I'm not just, the car is not up on me. Like, the way that I described the Fords that we had, I felt like I was in a tin can barreling through space. It was like a car jacket. Like, I literally felt like I was wearing the damn car. They had transmission issues, so every single time I would accelerate, it would be like and it was so embarrassing whenever I would have people in the car, because I'm just like, yeah, excuse my car. So they serve their purpose, but the reason we got rid of them was because our leases were up. So they were up next month. So we turned them in yesterday, which was April 1st. So that's done. And then the other Honda is white with like a cream, like a beige interior. That's like my main car. He wanted a dark interior because he eats in the car and he eats like a fucking baby. I'm craving some chocolate, and I really, really want they make these jumbo cupcakes, and they've got one that's like called the black and white cupcake. It's literally this huge chocolate cupcake, and then half of it is white buttercream and the other half is like chocolate fudge. And they have these little chocolate, they're kind of like M&Ms, but like chocolate candies like down the middle that like divide the two colors. So I'm craving some of that. And then we had curry last night, and I had this sushi roll that I thought might be good, but I tried it and it was not good. Like, it had banana in it, which sounds weird, but it was called the Yellow Submarine sushi roll, and it had like tempura shrimp and then spicy shrimp on top, and then inside it had tempura banana, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll try that. It was like really slimy and gross, which was sad. I have the rest of my curry. I got the massaman curry with shrimp, and so it's like this is Thai curry, and it had potatoes and bell peppers, and it was and then peanuts too, I think, but I didn't see any peanuts. So I just got done in Fresh Market, and I was checking out, and the cashier was like, I love your shirts, and it's just like, did you know it's on Hulu? And I'm like, of course I know it's on Hulu. And she's like, who's your favorite? And I tell her Dorothy, and her favorite was Sophia, but she was like super jazzed about Golden Girls, and you can always tell like a cool person because they like Golden Girls. So opposite of cool, I went to go get my cupcake from the bakery, and the girl who gave me my cupcake was like not happy about her life, because so I'm like looking in the case trying to decide. I pretty much already knew what I wanted, but then I was like, oh, maybe like I'll just check out and see if like they have anything else I might want. And so then I get her attention, and she's just like, and I was like, excuse me, can I get a black and white cupcake? And she was just like, reaches down, and there's already one like packaged, which I didn't realize that, and it didn't have the little chocolate candies on top. And I was like, can I get one of the ones over here in the case that has chocolate candies? And she was like, but and I was just kind of like, okay. So good. It's chocolate cake, and then hang on, let me just grab it and see. Okay, you can kind of see it better now. So it's chocolate cake, and then one side has got white buttercream frosting, the other side has got chocolate fudge, and then in the middle here are the little chocolate candies. Not like crunchy or anything like that. I guess they're like just like chocolate chips that are kind of like flattened. And I was nearly out of pepper, and what we have right now at the house is like the little pepper grinder. But I like a lot of pepper, and my arm gets really tired grinding the pepper out. So I got Fresh Market the Fresh Market brand had pepper that was already ground. So I was like, I'm just gonna do this. It is raining like crazy today, like flooding rain. And also I'm repeating my shirt that I wore yesterday that I get so many compliments on the daily. But yeah, like it's kind of slacked off just a little bit. But it was going nuts earlier, and we've been getting severe weather alerts, and my college sent out an email saying that they're watching the weather closely, but they haven't canceled classes yet. I'm hoping they cancel some classes. I'm just going to pay some bills, listen to a true crime podcast about Ted Bundy, and read about what I'm supposed to do for this assignment tomorrow. So I feel like I have a million Moe's stories, but I was just in Moe's for Moe's Monday, which if anybody doesn't know what Moe's Monday is, it's every Monday you get a deal on a burrito at Moe's and you get a drink with it, and it's like under $7. But anyway, so I'm getting my drink, and there's this woman and her kid, and the kid is like, I don't know, maybe 3, and he's like spreading his legs out like to see how far they can go, and then he like straight up lays down on the floor and is like all over the floor, just like spreading out, and the mother's just like, get up, this is why I leave you in the car. Another time at Moe's, it was late at night, like I got there, they were technically closing, but they still served me because I got there like a little after 9. It was after class one day, and I was having a bad day. And so there was like kids. Moe's was swarming with kids. And like I'm really, like when I go set my food down to get my drink, I'm always keeping an eye on my food, because like one time I was in Tijuana Flats and someone straight up fucking walked off with my food. Little girl walks up to the table where my food is, straight up goes to put her hands on it, and I'm like, kid? I don't even think, I grab her arm and I'm like, that is my food. And then like I'm like looking around for her parent to give them like the worst look, and nowhere to be found. The girl just runs off with the other kids. And then I go to leave, and the same little kid is like hanging on the fucking door, and I'm like, excuse me. And I get out the door, and there's another sea of kids that I have to say, excuse me, so I can get to my car. I get in my car, and so all the kids start flooding out of Moe's, and I see 2 adults, and I'm like, where the fuck were you? There's like 2 Sprinter vans, and they like split up to get in the Sprinter van, and I'm like giving them just the most evil look. I'm just like, and the little girl walks past my car, and I'm just like, you know, I don't want to be the asshole that's like, that won't be my kid, but that won't be my kid. So I'm at the dog park. I was at this Thai place in town picking up some curry and a sushi roll. And so I'm parked waiting to go in, and this SUV comes up next to me. And every time I'm sitting in my car and somebody gets out of their car, I brace myself, because I don't know what is wrong with people. They're just too fucking stupid to be able to like open a door without hitting the car next to you. So I'm sitting there, and this big SUV pulls up, and this woman starts getting out of the car, and I'm like, boom, my brand new car. She opens her door right into my car, and I'm just like, how fucking stupid. So my immediate reaction is always, what the fuck? And she's like, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, oh no, this bitch is not getting an attitude with me because she hit my fucking car. So she's standing there looking at me, and I go, you need to be more careful when you're opening your door. And she just stands there with her small like kid or grandchild on their hip. I don't know if I just said I'm sick at the beginning, but I'm sick. I have a head cold, and it doesn't seem to be getting better. What was I saying? What the fuck? I have the worst luck, because with my other car, I was sitting in my car, and it was lunchtime, and I just got my coffee, and I'm just sitting there. And it was another large vehicle. I think it was a truck, or might have been an SUV. And it was 2 old women. And one of the old women gets out, and is just like blind as fuck, I guess. I don't know. She opens it, just boom. And I was like, once again, what the fuck? And she gets out, and she like walks over to my window. She's like, and then legit gives me the finger. And I was like, this old bitch. And I just start laughing, because I'm like, what the fuck can I do? Like, this bitch is gangster as fuck. So I just got my hair cut again. I got it cut, like I cut it all off again. I feel like I'm just a short hair person, because whenever my hair gets longer, all I do is wear it up. And I feel like that's damaging. I know it's damaging to the hair. And I still feel like I still sound sick. I'm feeling a little bit better though. I'm downtown. in this parking lot that's open on the weekends. The salon that I go to is just a short walk from this parking space or parking lot. It's called Moonflower Salon. I see a hair and it's bothering me. Oh god. Like whenever you go to the salon and you get like hair all over your face and you're just like constantly getting hair. Wait, I see it. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. I can see it. Okay. Someone's like walking past and I'm vlogging and they're just like, what's that? What's she doing? Like when I go to salons, I always get really, I don't know. I try not to be awkward. I feel like people go to the salon and they like to talk to their stylist. I don't like to talk to people. It's not a rude thing. It's just like, some people are just not comfortable in silence at all. And they feel awkward and they feel like they have to make conversation. And it does feel awkward when there's silence. I only feel awkward because I feel like they feel awkward because I'm not talking. But I actually don't mind the silence, and I'm trying to like realize it's okay to like things about myself that might not be like as socially acceptable or liked or whatever. I'm just like, well, this is me, you know, like I don't talk a lot to people that aren't, you know, in my circle, and I like to be quiet and I like to just kind of chill. And when I go to a salon, it's nice to have someone like shampoo my hair and then like brush it and cut it, and it just feels nice, and so I just like to chill. I've only got, I believe, I need to look at the calendar. I think I have two or three, might be 2 now. I think it's 2. Yeah, it's 2 regular class periods, and then the last week is finals week. And then I'm officially graduated, and then I can move on with life. I don't know. We'll see what the next chapter is, but I told Danny that I just want to like curl up in the fetal position and do nothing. It just would be nice to have nothing to do if I don't want to do anything. And I don't want to be a lawyer now, which is why I started my bachelor's in legal studies, but you know, it's not like with my husband, he's getting his in computer engineering and he's a computer engineer. His, you know, directly affects the job he's going to have. But for me, I'm not going to be a lawyer and I don't want to be a paralegal. So it'll, in ways, help me. Just having a degree helps me. But it's not for a job. It's not for my career because I don't want to go that way anymore. It'll be nice to have the freedom to figure it out. And I'll see where it goes, but I just need a rest afterwards for a little while. People at Fresh Market are chatty today. I went over and was looking at strawberries because I've been craving strawberries lately. And well, in general, whenever I buy things, I tend to be really, really thorough because like I don't like dented packaging. And as we all know with strawberries, you can like, there could be like a moldy one hiding in there. So I was like thoroughly inspecting it, so I like picked it up and I was looking at the top, bottom, all the sides and everything, and making sure that like they were all good. And this guy comes up beside me who was like, I'll take whatever you inspect. And I was like, oh, and then back up. So when I was looking at the orchids, I'm still sick, so like I'm all over the place. When I was looking at the orchids, this woman comes up and like I was reading the directions for the orchids, and as I'm reading, she's just like, you want to get the ones with like the flowers, some of the flowers are still closed. And I was like, because I didn't know who was talking. I don't know, I'm like in my own little world, and I don't just strike up conversations with random people, so I was just like, talking to me? That happens to me a lot in Fresh Market. Whenever I go, people just seem to be in a really good mood and like are so happy to be there and just start conversations with me. And I'm just like, yeah, cool. And then I just like run away. One time I was there looking at yogurt and I finally decided on one, and this guy was there with his like, oops, sorry, my thumb was in the way. And this guy was there with his like companion, wife, girlfriend, whatever. And he was like, that one is really good. I get that one all the time. I'm just like, cool. And then I was like, well, I chose good. And I just like dipped out. So I'm at my Monday night class now. It's like 5:30. Class starts in 30 minutes. And so yeah, this is my little view. And that's the building where I have class. I was up until after midnight last night finishing my first draft of my legal memo that was due last night by 11:59. I think I turned it in at 11:56. There was like 6 pages. And then I have a draft conference about it tomorrow. And yeah. And my assignment that's due tonight, I didn't do until 15 minutes before 15 minutes before I got off of work. It's getting bad. I'm sitting here listening to the No Sleep podcast. Some of the stories on there are some of the stories on there are really, really good. Some of them are kind of dumb, but most of them are pretty good. Even the ones that are dumb, like, I still listen to because, yeah, because I just do.